Ballistic expert for the state, for the defense, and the investigating officer met on Monday last week, and the reanalysis commenced on Monday and went on until Thursday last week. And subject to confirmation by my learned friends, we were informed that the report will be ready by Wednesday in 2 days' time.
I don't want to hear what the report says.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, no, just in case.
Yeah, no one knows what it says
Yeah,
at this
fine.
point. Yes, so I'm just saying that it might be ready in 2 days' time. That is now
What was
Wednesday.
the order? It should be ready when? By when at least?
Well, there was no order as to when it should be ready. If I remember, the defense ballistic expert, Mr. Peterson,
No,
indicated
fine.
that.
I hear you. So, but in other words,
Yes.
when is the cross-examination, alleged
Yes.
cross-examination due to commence by
Yes.
defense?
Yes. What I'm saying, my lord, is that once it's ready, we'll then confer with my learned friends to find out as to when will they be ready to start with the cross-examination of Lieutenant Colonel Mangena. Now, my lord, this brings into sharp focus the order in which the state intended to present its evidence. We have indicated that we would have liked to call Brigadier Gininda, the investigating officer, before the cross-examination of Lieutenant Colonel Mangena, but that was based on the fact that the report was going to take some time to be finalized. But if it's going to be finalized on Wednesday, my lord, we will then request that that we should rather finalize the cross-examination of Lieutenant Colonel Mangena that has been outstanding for more than a year, and that Brigadier Gininda, the investigating officer, will then testify last after the conclusion of the cross-examination. That is the plan for this week. And mindful of the fact that this is a 4-day week, Friday is a holiday, we will then see how things develop from Wednesday after receipt or after communication regarding the reanalysis of the ballistic exhibits.
Well, look at that. Valoyi presenting us with some good news this morning. The ballistic expert report analysis has completed much faster than was anticipated. Remember, he had said something about possibly he would be done by the beginning of September. I think that's what he had said. And Mshololo quickly stood up to say, well, you know what? The session ends September 22. Do you guys remember that? So I think this is good news. This is actually fantastic news. So now, guess what? Of course, Obalo is going to change the order of things. Instead of having Steyn come back. So it's Steyn. Remember, he had said he's having Steyn come back. And then after that, Gininda, he's saying now he's going to do Steyn. And after Steyn, ballistic expert report. This is great news. In my opinion, of course. Why do I feel this is great news? We have been waiting for the ballistic expert report for the longest time. And I think it's about time we verified what the ballistic expert has compared to what Mangena gave. Now remember, Mangena was also the ballistic expert in the Oscar Pistorius case, and he's the ballistic expert here for the state, but his findings were opposed by the defense team. And speaking of the defense team, you're never going to believe what happens next. If you're just joining the Senzime trial live and are wondering what's going on, where are they? They have adjourned, okay? They have adjourned. So congrats to everybody who called it, okay, in my previous video and said we would have an adjournment. Here we go. As predicted, adjournment is happening. So let's listen into why there's an adjournment, and then after that, I'll be back with the rest of my analysis with regards to that, because you already know I have a commentary and an opinion on what just happened this morning.
Then lastly, my lord, we have signaled our intention to bring an application for the recalling of Colonel Steyn, and we have prepared brief heads in support of that application. We were told at the time that the application is being opposed, and we proceed from the premise that the application is still being opposed.
By every council. That's not how understood.
Well, Mr. Mngomezulu informed me this morning that he's not opposing the application. I haven't really canvassed the issue with my other colleagues. I suppose that their standpoint is still the same, but they can speak for themselves.
Yes, Mr. Mngomezulu.
What pleases, my lord? My lord, I concur with my colleague to the effect that I do not oppose the application by the state.
Okay, thanks. Mr. Ramasepele?
As the court pleases, my lord, my stance is that I'm not opposed to
Hello?
the application. I'm not opposed, my lord.
You're not opposing?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Nisi?
Yes, it is the court, madam. The court will remember that I said I will have a thing or two to say with regard to the application.
You're opposing it?
Madam, I said I had a thing
Yes,
or two
that I did.
with
But now
regard to
the sequence is there's an application by
Yes.
your colleague, Mr. Baloi, and he says he wants to ascertain whether it has been opposed or not, because on Friday it appeared that there were some persons who wanted to say they're opposing it and others said no. So where are you now? Are you opposing or not, sir?
I haven't had regard to the content of the application, my lord. Whether or not I need to oppose it, that will be informed by what the content of the application is. We only have been handed with the written heads of argument by my colleagues. I think it's almost 20 minutes ago today. So I haven't gone through the heads of argument.
So you first want to go through the application?
Excuse me, madam.
So you first want to go through the application?
Not the application per se, but the content of the heads of arguments. I need to go.
No, I don't understand you. There's an application to recall Colonel Steyn.
Yes.
That's the application Mr. Baloi says he wants to launch. And then he says, in support of that, he's got heads, which he has prepared.
I don't have a problem with the recording of Mr.
Oh, you don't have? Okay.
It only depends on what is it that is coming here to say. I think for me that...
What is the procedure? Mr. Nise, what is the procedure? You can't stand in the middle. You say you don't have a problem with the application.
No.
Yes, the problem which you have will arise as to what is contained in the application.
That is exactly my point. Remember, this application is twofold, right? There is an application which is the request to recall Mr. State. I don't know what is it that is coming here to say.
I don't know
Whether
also.
To oppose it or not, I don't know. But now, having been issued out or having been handed with the copies of the written heads of argument, I have to go through them very meticulously and formulate a position whether do I need to oppose this application or what.
Okay, fine.
Thank
Mr. Ngumala, you're of the same view also.
As the court pleases, my God, I'll definitely be opposing the application.
You are opposing?
I'm opposing the application.
Yes, without even having seen the application.
Yes, I'm
Okay,
going to
fine,
go.
no problem.
I've gone through the heads
Okay.
and I formulated the decision that I'm opposing
Okay.
the application. Thank you.
Mr. Naroro?
Thank you, my lord. I'm opposing the application, my lord, on
Okay.
behalf of accused.
So you want me to adjourn for how long? To familiarize yourself, as you say, with the contents of the application.
As a court, please, my lord, our suggestion is that we proceed with the application.
Now they want to peruse it first.
Well, I think it's only Advocate Nisi, and he said he wants to be apprised of the reasons, which will become apparent when we take the court through the heads. And just a slight correction, we did email the heads yesterday evening to all counsel. They were not supplied to them this morning. It's only hard copies that were supplied this morning, but the electronic version were emailed last night.
Okay, let's adjourn for, 30 minutes, is it okay?
My lord, on my side, the state can proceed in bringing the application, and then I'll be given an opportunity to respond, my lord, and to prepare my response thereto to the application.
Mr. Ngumalo,
I'll
we
just
adjourn for
request-
30 minutes?
My God, I've just gone through the heads. I need to promptly prepare and reply to the heads of arguments.
You have
I'll be given the opportunity to prepare my heads of arguments so that I can respond promptly to the heads of arguments
So how long
supplied
do you
by the
need?
state. Overnight.
No. On Friday, all of us were apprised of the fact that not on Friday, is that whatever, Tuesday, is it? That Mr. Baloi wants to launch an application for the recall of Colonel Steyn. We all knew that. Obviously, we were all expected to prepare. Look, I've done the preparation. Here it is. No. I've done it. Because I expected him to launch that. I can't come here I want to hear first what he says.
I had a problem with the basis of the application. What
Yeah,
is
fine,
contained
but
in
at
the heads
least you
of arguments.
prepare an application to oppose based on what you think.
That was going to be difficult, my lord,
What would be difficult?
to think what he's going to say in his heads of arguments.
No, he says he wants to recall Mr. Steyn, Colonel Steyn, and Steyn was a witness in this case. He must have said something. So you read the evidence of Mr. Steyn. I've done it, here it is. I've read it, here it is. I've read it, all of it. Right up to Miss Pinky, telling him. And I came with the Dewey. I prepared. That's how you do it. But you want overnight now. Overnight. I'm prepared to stand down for an hour, in fairness to everybody, okay? After that, we commence.
Thank you.
Well, what a surprise. We have, ladies and gentlemen, what? A divided defense team. So we have Mngomezulu and Ramasepele saying, we are not opposed, okay? You go right ahead, Baloyi, and call Steyn over, okay? You go ahead and recall him, because you know what? Mngomezulu never got a chance to speak to Steyn, so this is my moment, and I have specific questions for him. You best believe Mngomezulu has a lot he wants to go through with Steyn, therefore he has allowed it with no opposition. I think even Baloyi was like, what? That is an absolute surprise. Ramasepele actually surprised me. I'm wondering, oh, okay. Ramasepele usually picks the easy way out, so for him not to oppose means that he has an ace up his sleeve. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, we have Omnisi in the middle. He's not sure until he goes through the documents, and Judge Rata says, it doesn't work like that. You cannot be in the middle. It's either you're opposed or you're for it. Ngumalo and Mshololo, of course, okay, Queen of Adjournments, stands up with, no, I am opposed, and not only am I opposed, I will also need time to prepare for my response to the heads of argument. There we have it. Judge Rata says, I do not care, okay? You guys had the whole of last week, and you know what? This is a hard one for me, but I have to agree with Judge Rata. What did they do the entire time last week? Judge Rata is right. They should have used that opportunity to go through all of Steyn's evidence with a needle, as if they were searching for a needle in a haystack, okay? Not to wait for Baloyi to come give his heads of argument and then, okay, and then say they need an adjournment to prepare. I'm with Judge Rata on this one, but shame on you, Baloyi, for saying they didn't just get it this morning. I actually emailed it to them yesterday. Guess what, Baloyi? Yesterday was a Sunday, okay? Even for me, I do not read any emails or answer any phone calls on a Sunday. You can just miss me with that, okay? Baloyi is unjustified for that comment, and guess what? Judge Rata ignored him. Inshallah, this was your perfect opportunity, okay, to stand up and say, as you have said in the past, I was not told by Baloyi that he would be emailing me at the 11th hour, the last day of the entire adjournment, on a Sunday, a day where I don't even check my emails. Inshallah said nothing to the effect, and therefore they only got 1 hour adjournment. So heads of argument is continuing, okay? Or rather, should I say the application for Steyn to be recalled is continuing. Baloyi, when they come back from this adjournment, which is Judge Rata gave them an hour, so it's not too bad. Okay, they did have the adjournment. In my previous video, I asked you guys, what are your thoughts? Is there going to be an adjournment? And yes, we predicted it. But they're coming back in an hour. Baloyi is going to go ahead. Steyn will be in the courtroom. And we're going to hear. I'm anxious to hear what Mngomezulu has up his sleeve. Clearly, he wouldn't just be saying yes. And if you notice, if you watch back, Mngomezulu is actually nodding his head, agreeing when Baloyi is presenting how he's going to work it through this. Very interesting day ahead of us, okay? We're just here waiting for the adjournment to end. I'm not sure if I'll upload this before the adjournment ends or if we should just wait for the entire session to be over. Let me just look at the timeline and it will be uploaded accordingly. So I'm going to do a quick close right here. that is it from me today. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Thank you as well for watching all the ads, because you know that what keeps the lights on. And Nambaba and Lini, okay? Thank you for all your support. If you're watching from outside the club, it is time, okay? It is time to subscribe and become an unfiltered family member over here. We digress, we pick through everything, and we see if there is certainly going to be justice for Mngomezulu or not. And if you're already subscribed, please remember to like, comment, and share this video. Share this video to the last 3 people you chatted with on your WhatsApp. I don't want to have to request your section 205s to check if you're doing justice for the channel. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you on my next upload.